My child, pause and hear me. This is not random, not an algorithm, not a coincidence. I brought you here because your home is in my sight, and what concerns your home concerns me. I am placing my hand on this moment like a seal. Do not treat this as something to pass by. Lean in, whisper, I'm listening. Stay with me to the end, and I will give you clarity and confirmation. You have been carrying a quiet pressure that others cannot see. You feel something shifting around your home, around your family, your peace, your provision. The air has held a weight. The nights have stretched longer than the hours you counted, and you have wondered if you are missing something standing right in front of you. I see the way you have been trying to keep things steady with a smile that trembles at the edges, and how you have prayed in the hallway between rooms so no one would hear the tremor in your voice. I have not only heard you, I have been with you in every room. Home, to me, is not merely a house. Home is where your name rests, where your hopes stack like folded blankets in closets that few open, where the laughter and the arguments leave an echo that lingers, where apologies rise and sometimes stall, where the tears fall on pillows and towels and hidden corners. Home is a spiritual place, a living atmosphere where faith either breathes or fear chokes. Home is the system of your family, the history beneath the photographs, the altar of your ordinary days, the sanctuary where you are most unguarded and most deeply formed. I do not stand at a distance from that. I am the one who dwells with you, and I am the one speaking now because I am attending to your house. Listen carefully. Something is coming to your home. It has been on its way longer than you know. I have ordered it, prepared it, guarded it. It is not chaos. It is not confusion, but fear will try to rename it. Fear will say, this is too risky. Fear will whisper, it is too good to be true, or the timing is wrong, or protect yourself, turn it away. Fear will dress itself in the voice of your past disappointments and call itself wisdom. But I am telling you now, do not let fear title what I am sending. Do not build a gate out of old pain. Do not let the memory of what hurt you become the lock that bars your answer. I brought you here because a moment of visitation will require a moment of receiving, and I am preparing your heart and your home simultaneously. I am not late, I am not vague, I am not careless with the thresholds you guard. I am the keeper of the door, the light within the night, the peace that settles the air. I am stepping into the atmosphere of your dwelling in this very hour to steady it, to align it, to quiet the inner storms that make simple decisions feel impossible. I am gently removing the cluttered noise that shouts in your mind, not now, not here, not safe. I am naming your space mine again. You have sensed the shift because I have been moving furniture in the invisible, rearranging priorities, exposing patterns that no longer serve life, and pulling back curtains over places where you have settled for survival instead of promise. That pressure you feel is not punishment, it is preparation. That stirring is not doom, it is my hand turning the soil so new roots can take hold. That ache that says something must change is not an alarm to run. It is a summons to stand at the door with me. Hear me. I am sending peace that your home has not held in a long time. And with it, I am sending provision in a form that will require your yes and your humility. I am sending help that looks like an answer, not a burden. I am sending instruction that will seem too simple for the weight of the need. Yet it will be the seed that grows into what you have prayed for. It may not announce itself with fanfare. It may arrive quietly through a conversation, through a paper that needs your signature, through a message that asks for your response, through an opportunity that comes dressed in ordinary clothing. You will be tempted to overthink it, to delay it, to ask for more signs than you need. But I am here now to anchor you. I see, I know, and I am guiding you. My child, I have watched you count the bills and then count your calm. I have seen the way you manage every room so no one feels the spin you feel inside. I have listened to the laughter that tried to cover the fatigue, and I have honored every whispered prayer that sounded like, "Please make this home a place of peace again." I answer not with blame, but with presence. I do not arrive with a list of what you should have done. I arrive with what I am doing, and I say to you now, lift your head, breathe in, I am near. Mark this moment. Say it softly to me. I'm listening. I brought you here because your home is under my watch, because I am addressing the very places that made you think I had overlooked you. I have not. I am attentive to the details, the clock on the stove that blinks the wrong time, the chair that no one sits in anymore, the door that squeaks, the corner you avoid because it holds a memory. I am sanctifying those quiet places and rethreading hope through rooms that forgot the sound of expectation. I am not asking you to fix everything. I am asking you to stay with me, to listen, to receive what I send without letting fear rename it. Stay with me to the end of this word. I will draw a line of peace around your dwelling, and I will confirm what is from me. I will teach you how to recognize my arrival and how to welcome what I have prepared. Your presence here is a divine appointment, because what concerns your home concerns me. I have your address. I have your seasons. I have your next step, and I am here not to visit and leave, but to dwell and keep. Whisper again, I'm listening, and do not step away. The one who guards you is speaking, and I am sending what belongs to you. My child, listen to me. What is coming will test your ability to receive. The biggest battle is not whether I can send it. The battle is whether you can receive it. I am not fighting to cross the distance to your home. I have already crossed it. I am not losing a contest against circumstance. Circumstance bows to me. The contest unfolds at the gate of your heart, where overthinking stacks arguments, where unhealed disappointment whispers caution like a lullaby that keeps you asleep, where fear of change dresses up as safety and asks you to stay with what has already been hurting you. I am bringing a gift to your door, but will you open? I am giving instruction for life, but will you let it interrupt your patterns? You have prayed for movement. You have asked me to intervene. You have said, Lord, come. And when the first shift arrives, when I nudge something from stillness into motion, you wrestle with it as if it were an intruder. You question the timing. You raise the memory of when you trusted and were disappointed. You guard the ache by rehearsing all the ways it could go wrong. You call a meeting with your past and let it judge your future. You ask for certainty that looks like control, and while you wait to feel fully safe, your answer waits at the door like an honored guest left on the porch. Hear me with love and with holy weight. This is the pattern I am breaking. I am not condemning you. I am freeing you from the habit of talking yourself out of what you asked me to give. Do not misunderstand my ways, because the arrival does not look like a choir or a spotlight. The way I send is often wrapped in the ordinary so that faith, not spectacle, does the seeing. It may look like a phone call you weren't expecting, a message that asks for a simple yes, an invitation that seems too small to matter but opens a path, an apology that tastes like humility and truth, an opportunity that demands a decision before you feel ready, a person carrying favor that your pride wants to refuse, or a door that swings open quietly while you are still listing reasons to stay where you are. It may arrive as an instruction in the night to clear a room, release an object, change a routine, make a call, or answer one. It may be a paper to sign, a meeting to attend, a conversation to stop avoiding. My child, do not wait for a trumpet when I am speaking through a whisper. Do not ignore the ordinary and then accuse me of silence. This is where fear tries to rule your interpretation. Fear stands in the hallway of your mind with a megaphone and announces threat to everything that moves. Fear tells you that comfort is safety, that sameness is peace, that caution is always wise. But faith does not close its eyes and walk reckless. Faith opens its eyes and asks the right question. Lord, is this you? Faith looks at the thing at the threshold and does not bow to adrenaline. It bows to my presence. Faith does not name every new sound an enemy. It listens for my tone. Faith does not require the whole map before taking a step. It requires my voice. I am not calling you to abandon discernment. I am teaching you to use it rightly, to ask me first, not your fear. When something approaches your home, invite me to the door. Say, Lord, stand with me at this threshold. And then notice, does my peace remain while you consider it? Does the invitation pull you toward truth, order, humility, and light? Or does it thrive in secrecy, compel you to betray conscience, and leave you buzzing with confusion? I am not the author of confusion. I am the keeper of peace, even when I lead through change. Place your hand gently over your heart and whisper, Holy Spirit, make me ready to recognize what you're sending. Let that simple prayer open what worry tried to clamp shut. Ask me to soften the reflex that says, no, before you even know why. Ask me to heal the bruise of disappointment that makes every next thing look like the last pain. Ask me to steady your breath so you can hear me. I answer this prayer quickly because I am invested in your receiving as much as I am faithful in my sending. Hear me speak directly to the wound that made you cautious beyond wisdom. I know why you guard yourself. I know the promise you believed that collapsed, the person you trusted who mishandled your heart, the season where provision arrived thin and late, and you learned to survive by expecting less. I do not shame you for the ways you adapted, but survival patterns do not build promised lands. You cannot plant new seed with a fist still clenched around old thorns. I am not asking you to be naive. I am asking you to be healed enough to be available. I will not send a counterfeit and then mock you for opening the door. I will not trick you into harm. I will confirm what is from me, and I will trouble your peace when something tries to masquerade as good while drawing you into shadows. Trust me to keep watch with you while you open what I bring. Some of you have made private vows that sound like wisdom but function like locks. I will never allow that again. I will never need anyone again. I will never risk like that again. My child, those vows were crafted in a storm. They cannot be the architects of your horizon. I am untying them. I am giving you language that receives without abandoning wisdom. Lord, if this is you, I will not resist you. If this is not you, shut it and let my peace return. That is how faith speaks. It does not pretend. It proceeds with me. Understand this. Receiving is not passive. It requires humility. It requires a timely yes. It may require a shift in schedule, a rearrangement of priorities, an uncomfortable conversation, a decision before your feelings catch up. When I send instruction, it rarely flatters your desire for control. It strengthens your trust. When I send favor, it may offend your pride because it arrives as a gift you did not earn. When I send help, it may ask you to allow someone into a room you have kept closed. When I send opportunity, it may come with learning curves that expose your need for me. Do not reject a door because it does not allow you to remain exactly as you are. I am not only blessing your life, I am shaping your life so the blessing can remain. Practice this with me now. Picture your door, picture me beside you. Now listen, I am going to teach you to pause without paralyzing. Breathe. Ask me, is this you? Wait for the witness of peace. Do not demand perfect certainty, but do require alignment with truth, with light, with integrity. Look for the fruit. Does this pull you toward reconciliation, order, generosity, growth? You will not always feel instantly comfortable, but you will sense that you are being led, not lured. That is my way. If it is me, step. If it is not, I will make the ground feel wrong beneath your foot before you commit, and I will provide a clean redirect. I am not trying to make receiving a riddle. I am leading you as a shepherd leads, steady and sure. You have asked for me to visit your home, and I am answering by sending what aligns with your prayers. Do not let fear talk you out of your own request. Do not perform courtesy at the door with your miracle, and then close it with a smile that hides a no. When the call comes, answer. When the message arrives, respond. When the apology is offered, weigh it with wisdom and let forgiveness make room for peace. When the invitation is laid before you, bring it to me and move as I say. When favor is extended, receive it with gratitude, not suspicion. When the door opens, do not decorate the hallway, walk through. Say again softly, Holy Spirit, make me ready to recognize what you're sending. I am here, I am speaking, I am steadying your hands so they do not tremble away the gift. You will not miss me if you walk with me, and you will learn the holy art of receiving, because I am not only sending to your home, I am enlarging your heart to hold what arrives. My child, I have walked the halls of your home when the lights were off and your thoughts were loud. I have stood beside the sink while the water ran over your hands, and you rinsed worry down the drain, trying to make it smaller with activity. I have sat with you at the table where stacks of bills and lists and plans tried to convince you that if you just arranged them in the right order, your heart would stop racing. I have watched you stare at a doorframe as if answers could be found in the paint, and I have heard the way you breathed so no one would know you were holding back tears. I am not a visitor to those rooms. I am the one who never left them. I have not missed a single tear in your home, and I am not late. I have seen the night stretch longer than sleep would allow, when you lay awake and counted possibilities instead of sheep, replaying conversations, anticipating needs, nursing quiet disappointments you didn't know where to set down. I have watched you listen for footsteps, for the tone of a voice in another room, for the hint of peace that might mean today would be a softer day. I have noticed the way silence can be heavy, the way even laughter sometimes feels fragile, like it might crack if anyone leans on it. I have seen the moments you have felt unseen in your own house, present in every responsibility and invisible in your own story. I have seen the tension that hangs in the air like a curtain, words not said, words said too quickly, a reluctance to revisit the tender ground where apologies and forgiveness are needed. I know the rooms that remember old arguments and the chairs that remember absence. I know the way your heart looks to the door and hopes for what you don't have language to ask for. I have watched you choose restraint when anger wanted attention, and I have honored the way you have tried to hold a boundary with love when everything in you wanted to retreat. You have tried to be strong, and you have been faithful, but you are tired of being the one who holds everything together. I call that tiredness by its true name, not weakness, but the fatigue of a soul that has lifted more than it was meant to carry alone. You have been the planner, the peacemaker, the one who absorbs the shock and smooths the edges for others to pass through. You have carried schedules and moods and needs like delicate glass in your arms, and you have wondered who will carry you. I have, my child. Even when you did not feel it, I have been sustaining you, measuring your steps so you would not collapse, giving you a steadiness that was not your own. And now I am speaking rest into the structure of your days, so you do not live as if your worth is proven by how much you can hold without breaking. I have not ignored your hidden disappointments. I know the exact places where faith felt like you were standing in the rain, waiting for a door that did not open. I know the prayer you whispered on a Tuesday, when the house was quiet and you thought, I believed before and it didn't happen. I know the knot in your chest that formed after you opened your heart and were mishandled, the vow that grew out of that pain that said, never again. I know the attempt you made that failed publicly enough to bruise your courage and privately enough to haunt your rest. I have not minimized those moments, and I do not mock your caution. I tend to it like a physician touches the sore place with gentle hands and says, I see where it hurts. Hear me. Those moments did not disqualify you. They refined you. They taught your spirit to notice what glitters and what truly glows. They turned your ears toward my whisper instead of to every loud demand. They pressed you to depend on me in a way comfort never could. Your discernment was not born in ease but in longing, in lessons learned at thresholds you thought would break you. Your no has become wiser. Your yes has become costlier and deeper. I have been shaping in you the heart of a steward, not a consumer, the one who can receive and keep, not simply taste and drop. You are not behind schedule because you took time to heal. Healing was the curriculum, and you passed more tests than you realize. There is also a loneliness you have learned to dress in competence. You move through tasks with skill, and your competence becomes a cloak that tells others, I'm fine. But I know when the evening comes and the rooms settle and the TV hums for company, how a quiet ache asks if anyone sees the weight you carry. I see it. I see you. I do not only see needs, I see you. I know the sound of your sigh in the middle of a sentence. I know the prayer you speak while folding clothes, the hope you tuck into the drawer with them. I know the way you lower your voice to keep the atmosphere gentle, even when your inner dialogue is a storm. I am not distant from the tone of your home. I am entering it with tenderness and authority. Some of the strain you feel has been stealing from more than your schedule. It has been thinning your hope, draining your joy, and convincing you that constant vigilance is the only safe way to live. My child, I am interrupting that lie. You were not created to be on alert inside your own dwelling. You were made to breathe there, to find replenishment there, to laugh without bracing. I am not scolding you for the ways you've coped. I am rescuing you from them. What is coming into your home is not meant to shame you for struggling. It is meant to restore what stress has been stealing. I am bringing back the sound of unforced laughter. I am bringing back a rhythm that does not chase the clock. I am bringing back a tenderness that heals what sarcasm tried to protect. Do not fear that I will expose you to embarrass you. When I uncover, it is to recover. When I reveal, it is to heal. I am moving sensitive conversations into the light where new language can grow, language that asks for help without apology, that admits need without shame, that practices forgiveness as protection for the future, not permission for more harm. I am softening the hard places that formed around the sore places. I am teaching you that strength is not bracing alone. Strength is leaning rightly. You will not lose yourself by resting. You will find the self that has been carrying too much. Listen to me with a heart that is allowed to hope. I am making your home a place of learning, not proving. You do not have to prove your worth by being the last one awake and the first one up. You do not have to prove your wisdom by never risking again. You do not have to prove your faith by never admitting fatigue. I will meet you at the kitchen table, at the foot of your bed, at the doorway you avoid, and I will reintroduce you to peace. I will show you how to ask for help without feeling smaller. I will send the kind of help that does not require you to earn your rest. I will knit back the trust that frayed and teach you how to name what you need without apology. Mark this in your heart. I am not late. I have been present in the very minutes you feared were wasted. The nights I watched with you were not empty. They were seeds sown in quiet that are now rising as discernment, as gentleness, as courage without hardness. And as I send what is next, as I place into your hands and your home the answers that have been traveling toward you, you will not receive them with suspicion born from old pain. You will receive with a healed yes. You will open the door with wisdom and a welcome that does not tremble, because I am with you at the threshold. I have seen the private strain inside your walls, and I am not ashamed of you. I am proud of your endurance. I am tending to your fatigue. I am honoring your hidden faith, and I am preparing your dwelling for peace that stays. My child, because your yes is being healed, I am training your eyes and your ears at the door. Discernment is not suspicion. It is worship that listens. It is the holy practice of asking me what something is before you decide what to call it. Hear me clearly. Not everything that makes you nervous is wrong, but everything that steals your peace must be tested. Do not call it fear if it is wisdom, and do not call it wisdom if it is fear. I am placing a lamp at your threshold, so you do not stumble because of labels your past taught you to use. Understand the difference. Wisdom is calm even when a decision is weighty. Wisdom is clear even when the path is narrow. Wisdom can be patient without becoming passive. It can wait without growing mold. Wisdom welcomes the light, invites counsel, seeks truth, and holds integrity like a compass that does not shake because the weather does. Wisdom has room to breathe and pray and ask, Lord, is this you? Wisdom keeps your heart soft and your spine strong. It anchors you in peace, even if your hands tremble as you obey. Fear sounds different. Fear is loud in your head and rushed in your chest. Fear paints catastrophes on every wall and calls them preparation. Fear insists on control, punishes you for not knowing the future, and isolates you from healthy counsel. Fear demands an answer right now, but not the kind that asks me first. Fear cannot tolerate prayer because prayer exposes its lies and shrinks its volume. Fear thrives in confusion. It clouds, it scrambles, it pushes you towards secrecy and away from what is right. Fear grips your words and makes you prophesy loss over what I am sending. Hear the strategy of your enemy. If he cannot stop what I send to your home, he will try to twist how you interpret it until you reject it yourself. He will not always shout. Sometimes he will whisper in the old accents of pain so the sound feels familiar. He will rename my gift as risk, my help as trap, my instruction as impossible, my favor as suspicious. He will offer you a counterfeit urgency that does not allow time for peace to speak. He will press you to use old vows as filters. Never again. I don't need anyone. It's safer to expect nothing until you behave like a guard at your own door against your own prayers. I am exposing that scheme now so it cannot hide in your good intentions. So I give you simple questions for the threshold. Ask them with me. Does this align with peace? Not comfort without change, but the steady peace that stands guard when you bring your requests to me. Does this pull you into prayer or shove you into panic? Does your heart find the ability to breathe and ask, Lord, confirm and lead? Or do you feel herded by dread? Does this align with righteousness? Does it ask for honesty, integrity, and light? Or does it require secrecy, doublespeak, and the dulling of your conscience? Does this move you toward obedience, even if it is humbling, or does it invite you to compromise what you know is right in order to get a quicker result? Ask also, what fruit will this likely produce if I say yes? Fruit of order, reconciliation, generosity, learning, and patient strength. Or fruit of chaos, avoidance, pride, greed, and the need to hide? Does this honor the boundaries I have taught you to keep? Or does it mock them? Can this be brought before wise counsel without defensiveness? Or does it demand to live in a corner away from the light that tests it? I am not the author of confusion. Where I lead may require courage, but confusion is not my language. My peace does not disappear when you pause to pray. It settles deeper. Let me teach you the time test of wisdom. The steps I ask you to take are timely, but they are not manipulative. When it is me, a brief pause to pray will not cause the door to vanish. It will clarify your step. When manipulation is at work, the pause is punished and panic is stoked. Do not be bullied by fear into quickness that silences me. But also do not hide your disobedience beneath the blanket of "I'm still praying" when I have already confirmed the step. Wisdom knows how to pause to listen. Fear freezes to avoid responsibility. Do not confuse the two. Consider the tone of the invitation. My invitations will confront pride but not crush personhood. They will require humility but never humiliation. They will ask you to trust me more than you trust control. The enemy's lures flatter ego, seduce with shortcuts, and always end by shrinking your soul. If an option requires you to lie to have it, you do not want it. If a door opens only by contempt for others and contempt for your own conscience, it is not from me. If a path says, "Only take me if you promise to stop praying about me," run. Now, about your words at the threshold. Your mouth has been an entrance and a lock. I am calling you to verbal discipline, because what you speak arranges the atmosphere your home must live in. Do not speak doom over your doorway. Do not announce failure before the package arrives. Do not greet new opportunity with a chorus of, "It will never work for me." Do not narrate your home as cursed when I am writing blessing across it. Bless your doorway with faith. Speak what aligns with me. Peace stands guard here. Truth lives here. What God sends, we receive. We will not trade integrity for speed, nor faith for fear. Your words are not magic, they are agreement. And agreement matters because it either partners with fear or partners with me. I give you a practice for the days ahead. When something arrives, an idea, an offer, a conversation, an apology, an opportunity, invite me to the door before you name it. Put your hand on the frame if you need a reminder and say, "Lord, stand with me here." Ask the questions I taught you. Does this align with peace, with righteousness, with order and light? Does it call me to pray or to panic? Does it require compromise or obedience? Then wait for my witness. Sometimes my peace will feel like a steady river beneath a choppy surface. Your emotions might still be adjusting, but underneath, you will sense my yes. Other times, everything will appear attractive, but your spirit will feel gritty and wrong, like sand where there should be oil. Do not override that witness. I am faithful to keep you from harm when you invite me to test the package with you. Do not call wisdom fear. There will be moments when I lead you to say no, to close a door kindly and firmly. Do not shame yourself for that no. That no protects what I have entrusted to you. It guards the time and tenderness needed for true peace to grow. There will also be moments when I lead you to say yes while your knees feel weak. Do not shame yourself for trembling. Courage is not the absence of trembling. It is the presence of obedience. Wisdom can shake and still be sure. Fear, however, will try to keep you in a holding pattern forever because it feels safer to anticipate pain than to risk joy. Do not enthrone fear as your doorkeeper. I am your doorkeeper. Remember this: the enemy cannot create what I am sending, so he counterfeits or confuses. He will either present something nearly right but hollow, or he will surround the right thing with so much noise that you grow exhausted and quit. Resist him not by volume but by alignment. Align your thoughts, your words, your decisions with what is true, honorable, and full of light. When confusion tries to fog the entryway, step back into prayer and my peace will take its post, like a guard at your heart and your mind. That guarding is real. You have felt it before when the storm raged, but you suddenly knew, I am held. Finally, I place this blessing on your lips for this season. Peace to this house, wisdom at this door. No fear will rename what God sends. We test what steals peace. We embrace what bears his likeness. Say it when you rise. Whisper it in the hallway. Let it be the soft drumbeat under your day. I am teaching you discernment not to make you suspicious, but to make you steady. I am preparing you to receive without naivety and to refuse without hardness. And as you practice this at your threshold, you will find that the air of your home changes. The noise will lessen. The panic will lose its grip. The decisions will come with clarity that feels like light through a window at the right time of morning. Do not fear what is coming. Fear me in the way that is holy, awe that anchors you, and let that awe breed trust. I am near the door with you. Ask me, listen, test what steals peace, keep what is good, release what is false, and step when I say step, because what I am sending is not only for your comfort, it is for your wholeness, and I am guarding both the gift and your heart as you receive it. My child, now hear me with the same peace that has taken its post at your door. Receive before you analyze. You have learned to test what steals peace, and that is good. Now I am confronting the habit that hides behind the word caution when it is really fear wearing a wise face. There is a later that has been ruling your calendar and your courage. It looks respectable, it sounds measured, but it has been quietly strangling momentum. You delay the call, delay the conversation, delay the paperwork, delay the appointment, delay the apology, delay the yes, and then you sit in the stillness, wondering why nothing moves. I am shining light upon that pattern, not to shame you, but to set you free from it. Some doors open on a window, and the wind of my timing is in them. Not because I am fragile or because your chance would vanish if you breathe wrong, but because obedience is part of how I write your story. I prepare the way, but you must walk it. I send help, but you must answer it. I place provision within reach, but your hand must stretch. I stir hearts toward reconciliation, but your mouth must open with humility. When you insist on perfect certainty before you take a step, you talk yourself out of the very answers you prayed for. Faith is not recklessness. Faith is trust in motion. I am not asking for chaos. I am inviting you to move with the peace I give, even if not every detail is explained. Consider how often you have said, "I'll do it when I feel more prepared," while preparation was arriving disguised as the first step. Consider how many times you rehearsed both sides of a conversation instead of simply making it in honesty. Consider the stack of forms left unsigned, the email drafted and never sent, the appointment bookmarked but unscheduled, the apology felt deeply but never spoken, the opportunity weighed and weighed until its moment passed. The later that said it was protecting you was often protecting your fear of disappointment. My child, I am asking you to trust me where you fear repeating old pain. I have already begun to heal your yes. Now let your yes breathe. Receiving before you analyze does not mean flinging yourself at every open door. It means refusing to default to rejection when I nudge you toward a step. Bring it to me first, invite me to the door as I taught you, and then act within the peace I supply. Do not make peace prove itself by removing all risk. Let peace be your alignment as you step. The river under the surface will remain, even if your emotions splash. The enemy loves to present you with two false options: rush foolishly or stall forever. I offer you a third way: timely obedience. It has the steadiness of wisdom and the courage of faith. Hear me address the places where you have postponed what you already know. Make the call you have avoided. If reconciliation is possible, move toward it. If boundaries are needed, name them with kindness and firmness. Schedule the appointment that cares for your body and your mind. Tending to your health is not indulgence. It is stewardship of the life I have given you. File the paperwork that organizes your finances, your work, your commitments. Order is a friend to peace. Send the email that opens the door I have been speaking to you about. If you need counsel, ask for it now, not after the window has closed. All of these are small, ordinary doors, but they carry extraordinary obedience when you have been stalled by fear. Some of you are waiting for a sign that will make obedience painless, and you are calling that wait wisdom. My child, obedience is not a feeling, it is a step. You prayed for a new chapter, and I placed pages before you. Will you turn them, or will you keep reading the last paragraph of the last season because it is familiar? Momentum in my spirit is not frantic speed. It is the grace to keep moving in the direction I have set, one step at a time, without worshiping your uncertainty. When I say move, your hesitation recalibrates the room, and sometimes those standing with you grow confused. Lead with quiet courage. Let your family, your friends, your house feel the shift when you move with me. I know the logic you whisper to yourself. If I wait a little longer, I'll know for sure. But often your knowing for sure is waiting on your obedience, not your delay. Light expands as you walk. Provision shows itself as you approach. Favor meets motion, not indecision. I do not reward panic. I reward trust. And trust looks like placing your foot on ground you believe I have made firm, not demanding a bridge you can see end to end before you take one step. Let me clarify what this does not mean. It does not mean saying yes to voices that pressure you to violate your conscience. It does not mean excusing manipulation because you fear missing out. It does not mean spiritualizing recklessness. You already have the questions for the threshold: peace, righteousness, fruit, light. Use them. Then, when peace remains and righteousness is honored and the fruit points to life, resist the reflex to stall for a certainty that will never exist outside of me. Your safety is not in perfect foresight. Your safety is in my hand and in the integrity of your steps. You have said, Lord, speak, and I have. Now I say to you, speak and act in agreement with what you have heard. The harvest you long for in your home does not grow from analysis alone. It grows where faith waters the soil with action. Place the appointment on the calendar. Put the conversation on the clock. Open the document and fill the first line. Send the message that carries your genuine yes or your honest no. Set the reminder and keep it. These are not small things to me. They are the hinges upon which larger doors swing. There is also this. I have stirred others to help you, and they have reached, but you have not answered. You feared being a burden. You feared strings attached. You feared appearing needy. Receive the help I send. Honor it by responding, by opening your door to it with discernment and gratitude. Partnership with me often looks like partnership with people I have prepared. Do not ask me to send what you will not answer. When I knock in the form of a friend, a mentor, an unexpected resource, a timely invitation, welcome me. Let this be your micro-commitment in my presence now. Say it out loud where you are. Lord, I will not sabotage what you send. Again, slowly, with your heart engaged. Lord, I will not sabotage what you send. Let the words break the agreement you made with delay. Let them loosen the grip of the later that has sat like a heavy stone on your plans. I am listening, and I respond to the humble who choose to move with me. My child, I am not rushing you. I am releasing you. I am not scolding you. I am strengthening you. The peace I give will not vanish when you act. It will deepen. You will find me in the motion. You will feel grace meet you at the second step, the third call, the fourth faithful morning of doing what I said. And when your mind tries to pull you back into loops of overthinking, remember this word I seal over you. Receive before you analyze. Test quickly in my presence, then obey. If you keep demanding perfect certainty, you will keep shrinking your life to the size of your fear. But if you trust me with timely steps, you will see how I have been ahead of you, how I have woven answers into the path, and how your home becomes a place where prayers are not only spoken, they are walked into, kept, and multiplied. My child, because you are choosing timely obedience, I am doing something deeper than changing your schedule or sending a single provision. I am shifting the atmosphere of your home. Hear me. I am not only sending something to your home, I am reclaiming your home for peace. This is a holy reclamation. The air that has felt heavy will begin to lift. The quiet that has felt like absence will become the quiet of rest. The corners that have carried tension will experience gentleness. Where you have been braced for conflict, I am training your house to expect reconciliation. Where hopelessness has sat like a fog in the morning, I am causing hope to rise like sure light. What is coming is not just an answer you can hold. It is a climate you will live in. Provision matters, but peace shapes how provision is used. Opportunity is real, but unity decides whether opportunity grows or is lost. I am returning peace to your rooms, lifting heaviness from your table, forming unity among voices that forgot how to find each other, and causing hope to become the default setting instead of dread. I am making your home a place where the blessing I send is not swallowed by chaos, but sheltered by order, not attacked by suspicion, but guarded by trust, not drained by endless arguments, but strengthened by agreement. I have seen the family patterns that have tried to write themselves into every generation. I have watched fear set the thermostat of the house, too hot with panic, too cold with shutdown, and call that normal. I have heard the scarcity phrases repeated like family proverbs. There is never enough. We always lose. It never works for us. I have heard the arguments that circle the same unresolved pain until everyone is exhausted and no one is healed. I have seen the silence that punishes and the numbness that wears a smile to hide sorrow. I have watched doors close softly but speak loudly, saying, "Do not come close. It is safer this way." My child, I am not shaming you. I am declaring to you that cycles can break in a home. I am the one who ends the long echo of fear and installs a new sound, peace like a steady drum, forgiveness like a river, truth like a warm lamp. I am teaching you to guard the atmosphere I am giving you. An atmosphere is not an accident. It is built day by what you allow in your mouth, on your screens, in your conversations, and in your reactions. Your home is not a hallway that life rushes through. It is an altar where something is always being honored. Either fear gets fed or faith gets nourished. Either contempt grows or kindness takes root. Either despair repeats itself or hope learns to sing. I am asking you to choose who gets a seat at your table. Begin with your mouth. Words are seeds, and your rooms are listening. Do not narrate your walls with curses. This house is chaos. This always falls apart. They will never change. Those phrases build scaffolding for failure. Bless instead. Call each room by its promise. Peace in this living room, wisdom in this kitchen, rest in these bedrooms, learning and laughter in this study, reconciliation in this hallway where we pass each other. Speak honor to the people within your home. Call out the courage, the progress, the effort you see. Speak forgiveness more quickly than you recite faults. When you fail, and you will at times, let apology be the sound that tells everyone the atmosphere is protected, even in conflict. Guard your screens. Do not invite panic to preach in the background while you prepare meals. Do not let bitterness train your emotions through shows that celebrate contempt. Do not let your children's first lessons in belonging come from voices that monetize outrage. Curate what plays in your home. Silence is not empty. It can be sacred. Let there be moments of quiet where peace can be heard. Choose songs that turn your heart toward gratitude, words that put courage back into the weary stories that honor goodness. I am not calling you to live afraid of content. I am calling you to live decisive about influence. If it feeds fear and mocks what is true, turn it off. If it stirs hope and magnifies what is good, let it stay. Guard your conversations, end gossip gently but firmly. Refuse to host sarcasm that slices. Practice the holy pause when voices rise. Lower yours first. When emotions flood, step back, breathe, and invite me into the middle before you continue. Say, I want to speak as one who knows we are on the same side under God's care. Be quick to clarify instead of accuse, to ask instead of assume, to say, help me understand instead of you always. Replace the courtroom with a table. Let truth be present without cruelty. Let kindness be present without denial. The atmosphere of your home learns what is safe by how you disagree, not only by how you agree. Guard your reactions. Your first response can become a door or a trap. Train yourself to let prayer come before panic, a breath, a whisper of my name, a simple, Lord, lead me now. This is not passivity, it is positioning. Choose to drop the weapon of the last season, withdrawal, contempt, rolling eyes, the slam, the cold shoulder, and pick up the tools of this new one, listening, blessing, boundaries spoken with gentleness and clarity. Being meek is not being a doormat. It is strength submitted to my peace. You are not surrendering authority when you soften your tone. You are expressing it. I give you simple practices to anchor this shift. Walk through your rooms and bless them out loud. You can do this alone or with those who will agree. Place your hand on the door frames and say, peace to this room. Truth here, joy here, healing here. No fear will rule here. Pray at your threshold in the morning and in the evening, even 30 quiet seconds with your hand on the frame, inviting me to stand watch, will change the air. If you wish, use ordinary oil to mark a small sign at the doorway, as a picture of setting your home apart to me. It is not the oil that saves, your trust and obedience do, but the symbol will remind your heart of what we are building. Dedicate your home again. Gather if you can, around the table, on the couch, at the foot of a bed, and say, this house belongs to the Lord. Let peace reign, let truth be loved, let kindness be practiced, let generosity be normal. Read a short portion of Scripture aloud regularly. My words have a way of washing a place. Keep a simple rhythm, a brief blessing before meals, a quiet prayer before sleep, a moment of gratitude in the morning where each person names one good thing. Set small, no-strife windows during the week where devices rest and conversation is tended. Open the curtains in the morning. Let light in. Bring order where you can. A cleared table, a made bed, a clean sink. These small acts of stewardship preach to your heart. Chaos does not command this house. Forgiveness must have a sound in your home. Do not let resentment ferment in silence. Practice quick repair. I said that in anger. I am sorry. I misunderstood. Please help me try again. I felt afraid and I shut down. I'm coming back now. This is how cycles break, by simple humility repeated. You are not performing for me. You are participating with me. As you do these small things, the air will lighten, and your home will begin to breathe again. As the atmosphere shifts, the gifts I send will be recognized faster and kept longer. You will not mislabel peace as boredom, or help as control, or favor as a trap. You will sense the right yes and the necessary no with more clarity, because your environment will not be screaming at your spirit. You will sleep and wake differently. Laughter will return, not the sharp, defensive laughter of cynicism, but the easy laughter of people who feel safe. Children will relax. Elders will feel honored. Even those who visit for a short time will notice it feels different here, and that difference will be peace, not performance. Remember this and let it settle deep. I am not only sending something to your home, I am reclaiming your home for peace. Partner with me. Choose your words with reverence. Choose your screens with wisdom. Choose your conversations with hope. Choose your reactions with courage. Bless your rooms. Pray at your door. Dedicate your table. Invite my presence daily, and when the answer arrives, whether loud or quiet, dramatic or simple, it will land in soil I have prepared with you, and it will grow. I am making your home a place where my peace is not a guest. It is the atmosphere. My child, now that your home is learning peace and your heart is choosing timely obedience, I am placing a simple pattern in your hand so you can receive what I send and keep it. Do not make this complicated. Do not wait for another sign. This is the doorframe for your next steps. Answer, open, welcome, steward. Say it softly where you are so your heart remembers. Answer, open, welcome, steward. These 4 words will guide your responses when the arrival touches your threshold, whether it comes through a person, an email, a package, a phone call, an inner nudge, or a quiet opportunity that does not raise its voice. First, answer what you have been avoiding. When your phone lights up with the number you have postponed calling back, answer. When an email waits that requires your decision, answer. When a gentle knock comes from someone ready to reconcile, answer. When an application sits half complete because fear asked for more time, answer. You do not owe fear another day. I am not asking you to rush. I am asking you to stop hiding. You prayed for movement. This is movement. You asked me to send help. This is the moment you help reach you. Answer with peace. Answer with humility. Answer with clarity. If you need a sentence to carry you through, let it be this: I am available and I am ready to respond. Your response is a seed. Do not leave it in the packet. Then open the door to my help. Opening looks like making room and removing what blocks the way. If I send a person with wisdom, open space on your calendar and let their voice be heard without interruption. If I send an opportunity, open your schedule and show up prepared. If I send provision, open your hands and designate where it will go before it leaks away. If I send a change, open your mind and release the fiction that comfort is the same thing as safety. Open the literal door of your home with expectancy. Prepare the chair, clear the table, tidy the space where peace will rest. Open the figurative door of your heart. Confess the small resistances. Lay down the stories that say, it cannot be this good for us. Opening is not passivity. It is agreement made visible. Next, welcome without suspicion. You have learned to test what steals peace, and I am proud of you. But once peace remains after testing, stop interrogating the gift until it looks guilty. Welcome looks like gratitude without the need to control every detail. Welcome looks like hospitality to what I send. People treated with dignity, resources handled with reverence, opportunities approached with respect. Say, thank you, Lord, I receive this, and let your face, your tone, and your actions agree with your words. When restoration comes as a conversation, welcome it by listening fully, apologizing where you have been wrong, forgiving where you can, and naming boundaries that protect peace. A real welcome does not smother or demand, it honors. To welcome without suspicion does not mean ignoring red flags. It means you do not invent them to shield you from hope. Finally, steward with gratitude and responsibility. Receiving is spiritual, but stewardship proves you were ready. What I send is not meant to burn fast and disappear. It is meant to be tended so it grows. Stewardship is the holy order that keeps blessing from becoming another source of anxiety. Steward your money by assigning it purpose before impulse does. Create a simple budget, give every dollar a job. Reduce chaos by writing a plan, celebrate small progress. Steward your time by placing the important before the urgent. Block the hours for family, for rest, for diligence, for prayer. Steward your relationships by communicating kindly and consistently. Return messages, show up when you say you will. Speak the truth in love. Keep short accounts by practicing quick repair. Steward your heart by cleaning it often. Confess envy, release bitterness. Reject comparison, nourish gratitude. Steward your environment by embracing order. Keep a clean sink, a cleared table, and a made bed, as small banners that say, "Peace is in residence here." Consistency is your ally. Small, faithful rhythms are stronger than rare, dramatic efforts. Let me speak now to relational arrivals. If I send restoration through a conversation, do not wait for the perfect moment that never arrives. Initiate with humility. Begin with your confession rather than their correction. I was wrong in this. I am sorry. Ask, how have I hurt you? Listen without defensiveness. Forgive where you can, trusting me with the parts that still ache, and set godly boundaries with gentleness and clarity, not as punishment, but as protection for what we are rebuilding. Boundaries are not walls against love. They are gates that guide love to remain healthy. If the relationship cannot be fully restored, let peace and honor still mark your part. Your obedience in conversation matters to me. Now to practical arrivals. If I send an opportunity that requires structure, give it structure. Complete the forms, gather the documents, show up 5 minutes early, prepare your home for what you asked for. If you prayed for more clients, organize a corner that says, "I was expecting you." If you prayed for community, make a space suitable for conversation, even if it is a small table with 2 chairs and warm light. If you prayed for clarity in work, write a simple plan for the week and review it every morning. If you prayed for financial help and provision arrives, resist the urge to spend relief on relief. Assign it to debt reduction, essential needs, savings, and intentional generosity. Faith does not fear planning. Faith informs planning with trust and joy. My child, some of you have asked me for a new place to live, and the first step is to declutter the one you have. Make room for what you are asking for. Release items that carry the scent of past shame. Sort papers. Give away what you do not use. Let your home demonstrate what your mouth declares. I am ready for the new. Some of you have asked me for deeper friendships. The first step is to become available. Answer invitations at least sometimes. Invite others without waiting for perfection. Plan simple meals that leave room for conversation instead of performance. Some of you have asked me for healing in your body. The first step is to keep the appointments, to take the walks, to drink water, to sleep at a faithful hour. These daily obediences are not small. They are the roads where my grace travels. I give you a simple practice to anchor these 4 steps. When you sense an arrival, large or small, pause for a brief prayer at your door or in your heart. Lord, I invite your peace to lead. I will answer, open, welcome, and steward. Then act. Do not allow the pause to become a stall. If you need a visible reminder, write these 4 words on a card and place it where your eyes rest often. Let your home hear you say them. Let your children, your spouse, your friends watch you live them. In time, this rhythm will become natural, and anxiety will have fewer places to grip you. If you are in agreement with me, say right now, "Yes, I will receive." If you desire, type it where you are as a mark of your decision. "Yes, I will receive." Then return to a posture of prayer, because your agreement belongs to me before anyone else. Let your yes be simple and your heart be quiet. I am listening, and I delight in your willingness. Hear me. Stewardship includes boundaries that keep what I send from being drained. This means learning to say a faithful no when a demand would suffocate the blessing, and learning to say a faithful yes when fear would cause you to hide. It means placing limits around your screens, your spending, your speech, and your schedule so that joy has a place to sit. It means creating check-ins, a weekly moment to review what you are building, a monthly look at your budget, a regular conversation with those you love to ask, "How are we doing? Where can we repair? What can we celebrate?" Gratitude oils the hinges of stewardship. Say thank you often, to me and to the people through whom I provide. Do not despise small beginnings and do not neglect small maintainings. It is easier to keep a room tidy than to rescue it from months of neglect. It is easier to guard a united conversation than to unspool a pattern of sarcasm. It is easier to choose order daily than to wrestle chaos occasionally. I am not asking perfection. I am growing faithfulness. The blessing I send is not fragile, but it flourishes in order. You do not have to earn what I give, but you do get to prove ready by how you care for it. So, my child, here is your path when the quiet knock comes and when the loud doorbell rings. Answer, open, welcome, steward. Answer what you have avoided so that fear loses its script. Open your door to my help so that room exists for grace. Welcome without suspicion so that gratitude, not control, becomes the host. Steward with gratitude and responsibility so that blessing becomes legacy and peace becomes culture. As you walk this, you will feel my nearness in the ordinary. You will see fruit where there was only strain, and you will witness how the gifts I send do not evaporate. They take root and multiply. I delight to send what is coming to your home. I delight even more to watch you keep it with wisdom. Do not worry about being perfect at this. Begin. I am with you at every step. I am the peace at your door, the strength in your yes, the clarity in your welcome, and the counsel in your stewardship. Keep breathing, keep blessing, keep building. Receiving is spiritual, but stewardship proves you were ready. My child, listen closely now. A breakthrough does not always knock loud. It often comes softly. Do not miss the quiet arrival of what you have begged me for because you were waiting for thunder. I am the God who can shake the mountains, but I am also the one who whispers and changes the whole season with a gentle shift. You asked me for movement, and I am answering, sometimes with a headline, sometimes with a hint. Train your eyes to recognize the answer in ordinary wrapping. Train your heart to cherish small beginnings as holy. Do not wait for a flood when I have sent you a stream that will grow as you walk with it. You desire a trumpet, but I may place a key in your hand. You expect a spotlight, but I might send you a single candle that is bright enough for your next step. A text message that opens a hardened door, an email that affirms what I have been whispering, a neighbor who offers help without fanfare, a full night of sleep after months of unrest, a sudden clarity in the morning about what to do next. These are not accidents. These are answers arriving without noise so that your spirit, not your adrenaline, can carry them. I do not despise the small, and neither must you. That first phone call you are avoiding can begin a chain reaction you cannot yet see. That one apology can end years of erosion. That single budget decision, saying no to what drains and yes to what builds, can redirect the river of your finances. One honest conversation at your table can break a generational pattern. One act of courage today will introduce you to the person you become tomorrow. I am not minimizing the mountain you face. I am showing you the path that goes through it, and it begins with one faithful step. You have prayed for magnitude, and I have heard you. But hear me. I honor maturity before magnitude. I am not withholding, I am aligning. I size the arrival to what your heart can carry right now, so you are strengthened, not crushed. A door too heavy would break its hinges. A gift too large would topple the table you are still reinforcing. I am enlarging your capacity as we go. Your peace is growing, your discernment is maturing, your habits are taking root. So the increase I send will rest securely, not roll chaotically through your life. Trust my timing. I am not late, I am wise. When the answer comes quietly, panic will try to argue that it is not real, that it cannot be enough, that you should wait for something louder, flashier, impossible to miss. Silence panic with peace. The peace I give is not passive, it is a guard. My peace will stand at the door of your heart and mind like a watchman, keeping confusion from rushing in, keeping dread from robbing you of what I placed in your hands. If you keep your heart anchored in me through simple prayers, clean words, honest obedience, panic will not steal what I send. Breathe my name when you feel the surge. Whisper, lead me, and follow the quiet yes of peace instead of the shout of fear. Here is how you will recognize the quiet arrival. It will carry steadiness instead of frenzy. It will not require you to betray what I have taught you to keep. It will not demand that you abandon peace to chase it. It may stretch you, but it will not violate the wisdom we have been forming. It will ask you to respond, not to perform. It will make room for humility and gratitude. It will give you courage to do small, faithful things. Answer, open, welcome, steward, without the constant whip of panic at your back. And as you move with it, confirmation will grow, like dawn grows brighter, not all at once, but undeniably. Do not call the seed insignificant because it is not yet a tree. Do not call the first yes too little because it is not the 10th. Water it, guard it, speak blessing over it. Keep doing the next simple obedience while you wait for the larger shape to emerge. Every day you agree with me in the small, you lay another stone in the path that brings the larger promise into reach. Your faithfulness is not wasted. It is the economy of increase in my kingdom. I am not measuring you by perfection. I am delighting in your willingness to begin and continue. I know how your heart has longed for a dramatic confirmation, a moment that erases all doubt with spectacle. But my child, I am teaching you to live by discernment, not by constant fireworks. Fireworks excite but do not warm a home. A steady flame does. Receive the steady flame. Let it heat your days, soften your words, and guide your steps. One consistent week aligned with me will do more for your future than 10 hours of adrenaline-fueled striving. Trust the quiet work. Trust the holy ordinary where miracles dress like routines and answers look like responsibility. You will be tempted to overanalyze the small arrival, to pull it apart until it falls apart. Resist that urge. Test for peace as I have taught you, then shift from analysis to agreement. Welcome it with gratitude. Put it to work with simple stewardship. Speak life over it. Protect your schedule so it can grow. Protect your language so it is not strangled by complaint. Protect your focus so it is not scattered by distractions disguised as urgency. If someone mocks the smallness of your step, remember this is not for their applause. This is for your assignment. Soon we will pray a closing prayer to seal your heart against self-sabotage and fear-based rejection. That prayer will mark your yes in the spirit and shut the revolving door that once let dread come and go as it pleased. But even before we pray, I am sealing the understanding in you. Do not miss the quiet arrival of what you've begged me for. Watch your doorway, bless the first fruits. Give your attention to the tender things I am growing. I am placing a holy calm over your reactions so you can keep what I give. Expect this in the coming days, a gentle prompting to call back, a small window of favor that opens without noise, a peaceful conversation that feels like fresh air, an idea that keeps returning with quiet persistence, a chance to set something in order that you once ignored. These are not distractions. These are arrivals. Do not push them aside because they do not demand you with volume. Bend toward them with reverence. Meet them at the door with the 4 steps we have built. Let gratitude be the first sound they hear in your home. Lift your head, my child. The loudness of your season has trained you to only trust what shouts, but I am retraining you to trust what my peace confirms. I am the Lord of the loud turnarounds and the quiet transformations, and I am moving for you now. Hold steady, keep your ear to my heart. Expect me in the whisper, in the email, in the invitation to rest, in the next small yes. When the breakthrough touches your threshold without fanfare, you will recognize it, you will receive it, and by my peace you will keep it. My child, do not let your mouth cancel what your prayers have invited. I have prepared good for your home, and I am bringing it to your door. Now bring your words into agreement with me, so fear does not turn the handle and push it away. This is not something to rush past. Be here with me. I am standing beside you even now, and I am asking you to speak with me, slowly and with intention. Your voice matters because I have given you authority in your home, and your agreement is a key. Before you speak, place one hand over your chest. Breathe in slowly and let it out. Again, breathe. Let your shoulders drop. Let the racing thoughts quiet. I am here. You are safe in my presence. Now repeat after me, out loud where you are. I will not reject my answer because I'm afraid. Say it again, more slowly, letting it settle in your bones. I will not reject my answer because I'm afraid. One more time as a vow over your home. I will not reject my answer because I'm afraid. Now we will renounce what has partnered with delay and disappointment. Follow me word by word. Speak this with firmness. I renounce fear. I renounce the lie that fear protects me. I choose faith. I renounce delay. I renounce stalling and second-guessing when peace has already spoken. I will move when you lead. I renounce self-sabotage. I lay down the patterns that break what you are building. I renounce the voice that says, I am not worthy. In you, I am chosen, loved, and called. I receive the gift of being ready. Breathe. Keep your hand on your chest and feel your heartbeat. I steady your heart with peace beyond what you can explain. Say this with me. I receive your peace that guards my heart and mind. I welcome your peace into my thoughts, into my reactions, into my decisions. Your peace is my guide. Now, imagine that you are standing at the doorway of your home, and I am standing beside you. My hand is on your shoulder. Feel my nearness. We will bless what is within these walls together. Speak this, room by room, over the entryway. Peace meets every arrival here. Over the living room, peace fills every conversation. Honor lives here. Over the kitchen and pantry, there is provision for today and wisdom for tomorrow. No lack will rule this space. Over the bedrooms, rest and safety cover our sleep. Nightmares break, anxiety leaves. We wake refreshed. Over the hallway, every step is ordered. Detours and distractions lose their grip. Over the bathroom, the closet, the corners often ignored. Even the hidden places are touched by peace and order. Over the workspace, focus, diligence, and joy are here. No scatter, no panic. Over the table, unity and honest repair flourish here. We speak the truth in love. Now bless your family. Say their names slowly, one by one, and after each name declare, peace covers you, wisdom rests on you, protection surrounds you, hope rises in you. If you live alone or there are names you cannot say, bless the future guests, the neighbors, the community you will host. Peace covers you, wisdom rests on you, protection surrounds you, hope rises in you. I am near to the brokenhearted. I heal and I hold. Say it again with me. I am near to the brokenhearted. I heal and I hold. Lift your head slightly. Open your hands as a sign that you are not clinging to control. Speak these lines with slow conviction. I will not delay when peace says move. I will not invent red flags to protect me from hope. I will not interrogate the gift until it looks guilty. I will test for peace and then agree. I will answer. I will open. I will welcome. I will steward. My yes is simple and my obedience is timely. Take a breath. Now we will speak to the door of your home, to your calendar, to your phone calls, to the emails that matter. Repeat after me. Doorway of my home, be guarded by peace and wisdom. No confusion, no manipulation, no chaos may enter here. Calendar of my days, align with God's direction. No false urgencies will crowd out what matters. Phone and inbox carry favor and clarity. Opportunities that belong to me will find me, and I will recognize them. My steps are directed. I do not stumble in panic. I walk in prepared paths. Say that again. My steps are directed. I walk in prepared paths. Put your hand back on your chest and let your other hand rest over your stomach. This is the place of deep agreement where you carry what I am growing. Now declare this for your inner life. I am not my past patterns. I am a new creation walking in a new rhythm. I do not need perfect certainty to obey. I need faithful peace, and I have it. I choose timely obedience. I choose clean words. I choose steady stewardship. I am available to receive. We will now renounce specific traps that often appear at the door of your answer. Speak clearly. I renounce comparison. I will not shrink my gratitude because someone else's story looks louder. I renounce cynicism. I will not use sarcasm to throw away what you are giving me. I renounce procrastination disguised as wisdom. I will not stall what you have made ready. I renounce the vow that says, good does not last for me. In your name, I welcome goodness to remain and grow. I renounce the habit of quitting halfway. I finish with grace what I begin with faith. Breathe. Now declare protective blessing over your evenings and your mornings. Over tonight. My sleep is covered, anxiety is barred, protection stands over this house. I rest and wake with peace. Over tomorrow morning, I rise with clarity. I hear the gentle instruction. I do the next faithful thing. Say it once more with hope. I rise with clarity. I will recognize the quiet instruction, and I will do the next faithful thing. Speak over your resources as a steward, not a slave. I receive daily bread with gratitude and wisdom. Impulse does not rule my spending. Purpose leads my choices. Every resource assigned to my home is multiplied by stewardship and protected by peace. My generosity is joyful. My planning is simple and clear. My provision overflows into good works. Where there has been waste, there is now order. Where there has been lack, there is now strategy and favor. Now address the fear at its root. Put both hands over your heart and speak gently but firmly. Fear, you are not my counselor. You will not coach my reactions. You will not use my mouth to reject my miracle. I break agreement with dread, and I choose trust. I welcome the love that casts out fear. I welcome the sound mind that keeps me steady. I welcome the courage to move with peace, not panic. Lift your eyes as if you can see me standing at your door. I am here. Listen carefully and speak this as you look with the eyes of your heart. I see you, Lord, beside me. I agree with your timing. I agree with your method. I agree with your peace. I agree with the quiet arrival. I agree with the 4 steps. I answer, I open, I welcome, I steward. I will not sabotage what you send. I will not reject my answer because I'm afraid. Now we will speak to the relational corridors of your home. Repeat with humility and courage. In this home, we practice quick repair. Apologies are not delayed. Forgiveness is not withheld. Boundaries are gentle and clear. Confusion has no throne. Accusation has no megaphone. Contempt has no chair at our table. Honor grows here. Kindness grows here. Truth spoken in love grows here. Unity is not forced, it is cultivated, and I am willing to cultivate. Breathe again. Let gratitude rise. Then declare this and mean it. Thank you for trusting me with what you are sending. Thank you for teaching me to recognize it. Thank you for guarding me from panic and performance. Thank you for enlarging my capacity. I receive, and I will keep what I receive with peace. If there is a specific place in your home that has felt like a battlefield, picture it now. See the room, the corner, the drawer, the chair. Place your attention there and speak this blessing with me. Peace, come and remain. Order, come and remain. Joy, come and remain. Clarity, come and remain. The Prince of Peace rules here. Confusion bows here. Fear leaves here. This place is reclaimed for rest and for holy work. Now, a final set of declarations that mark the culture of your home. Say them slowly, leaving a breath between each line. My home hosts peace. My door honors wisdom. My table protects unity. My pantry testifies to provision. My nights are guarded. My mornings are guided. I answer quickly. I open willingly. I welcome gratefully. I steward faithfully. I do not reject my answer because I'm afraid. We will seal this with a moment of quiet agreement. Close your eyes if you can. Sit or stand still. Breathe in, breathe out. Whisper this one sentence and then hold a brief silence with me. Lord, let me recognize the gift when it arrives. Be quiet with me now. Feel the calm pass over your thoughts. Let it rest. Now lift your head. I am placing a blessing on your mouth, that you would speak life and not sabotage, faith and not fear, peace and not panic. I am placing a blessing on your threshold, that arrivals aligned with me would be obvious to your spirit and safe in your arms. I am placing a blessing on your pace, that you would move when I nudge, wait when I whisper wait, and maintain what I give with joyful diligence. Remember this vow and return to it often. I will not reject my answer because I'm afraid. Say it one last time with me, for your heart, for your home, and for this moment we share. I will not reject my answer because I'm afraid. Stay in this agreement. Keep these words close. When the knock comes softly, answer with peace. Open with faith. Welcome with gratitude and steward with wisdom. I am with you, my child, and I delight to see your yes become a home where blessings remain. My child, hear me now as I draw this moment to its holy conclusion. I give you final confirmation. You will recognize it when it comes, and you will have my peace to keep it. You are not confused, not forgotten, not abandoned. Your home is under my attention. I have seen what presses against your door. I have watched the nights of buzzing thoughts and tight breaths. I have counted the sighs you could not explain. I stand at your threshold as guardian and giver, and I am setting your heart to receive with clarity, not chaos, with peace, not panic. What I am sending into your home will not bring confusion. It will bring clarity, peace, and proof that I heard you. I place my hand upon you now, and I speak to your discernment. I touch your eyes to see rightly, and your ears to hear peace. Trauma will not be allowed to interpret new mercy. Old alarms set off by yesterday's pain will not dictate your response to today's provision. I silence the false sirens that call every change a danger and label every gift a trick. I remove the residue of suspicion that keeps good at arm's length. I reset the inner gauges so that peace is your measure, not adrenaline. When my arrival comes, whether as a phone call, a quiet idea, a gentle invitation, a subtle shift in a relationship, your spirit will notice the steadiness. You will not misname it. You will not hand it to fear for cross-examination. You will test it with peace as I have taught you. You will recognize the signature of my goodness, and you will allow it to take its rightful place. I speak now to the place inside of you that hesitates at the edge of obedience. I bless you with courage that acts promptly. When the call comes, you will answer. When the knock sounds, you will open. When favor steps over your threshold, you will welcome. When the assignment sits at your table, you will steward. I break the cycle of endless deliberation that wears the mask of caution but functions as delay. I remove the heavy cloak of not yet when I have already said now. I give you a holy decisiveness that does not need spectacle to trust me. You will make the appointment. You will have the conversation. You will send the message. You will complete the task. You will set things in order with a calm, steady hand. Your obedience will be timely, simple, and strong, and it will open the path I have prepared. I bless your home with a covering that holds day and night. Over your doorways and thresholds, I place a guard of peace and wisdom. Manipulation may not enter. Confusion may not camp. Predatory voices may not pitch their tents. Over your nights, I release deep rest. The cycle of waking in dread is broken. Dreams are washed in my light. Your sleep will refresh rather than drain you. Over the children connected to your life, those under your roof and those who cross your doorway, I decree safety, tenderness, and growth. Where there has been agitation, there will be calm. Where there has been heaviness, there will be laughter that does not mock holiness. Over your relationships, I plant honor. I remove the sap of contempt and the thorns of accusation. I nurture truth wrapped in gentleness and boundaries anchored in love. Over your finances, I speak order and sufficiency. Waste is corrected, wisdom rises, provision is stewarded. Unexpected leaks are discovered and sealed. Unexpected favor finds you at the pace you can manage. Over your mental peace, I set a watch. Racing conclusions are slowed. Spirals are interrupted. The volume of intrusive dread is turned down, and the voice of my counsel is easily recognized. Let every corner of your home, even the unseen places, come under this covering. Peace to the pantry, peace to the closets, peace to the inbox, peace to the calendar, peace to the conversations waiting to be had. I anoint your words again, for your mouth is a gate. Your voice will not evict what your prayers invited. Your language will be clean. You will bless what is new, even while it is small. You will confess gratitude before the increase fully shows. You will refuse to prophesy doom over what I am building. Where you once muttered, "This won't last," you will say, "This is planted by God, and it will grow." Where you once declared, "It's too late for me," you will say, "The timing of God is perfect for my home." And as you speak, so will the atmosphere respond, because I have already aligned heaven to back your agreement. Now listen as I commission you. I appoint you as keeper of the threshold of your home. I entrust you as steward of the culture that grows within your walls. You carry authority to permit and to refuse, to bless and to bar, to call forth what I am sending and to send away what does not serve peace. You are not a passive observer. You are my partnered guardian. Stand with a warm welcome for what is from me and a resolved no for what is not. Let your daily choices preach this message to every room. We host peace here. We honor wisdom here. We practice quick repair here. We steward promise here. Your yes to me will become a pattern, and your pattern will become protection, and your protection will make room for increase. You have asked me for confirmation, and I am answering with this assurance. The arrival will bear my peace. It will carry quiet clarity. It will make you braver to do the next faithful thing. It will not demand that you betray what I have taught you to keep. It may require courage, but it will not require you to abandon the wisdom we have established. Its fruit will be steadiness. Its sign will be rest, returning to places where strain was constant. As you step with it, tenderness will grow, provision will align with order, Relationships will feel less brittle, and hope will stop running from room to room and begin to sit and stay. Now receive my prayer over you, spoken as your Father and your Lord. I set my name as a shield over your household. I saturate your rooms with peace that is active and strong. I release discernment into your spirit that moves without frenzy and sees without suspicion. I give you courage for prompt obedience and joy in simple stewardship. I protect your nights with rest that repairs you. I guard your mornings with instruction that orders your steps. I cover your children and those you love with safety and formation. I bless your relationships with humility and honor. I secure your finances with wisdom and contentment, and I open doors of favor at a pace that preserves your peace. I surround your mind with the calm that does not unravel under pressure. I consecrate your threshold to receive every good thing I send and to refuse every counterfeit that would posture as urgent but erode your rest. This is established over you now. Carry this final instruction with you and let it become your immediate habit. When the answer arrives, no matter how quietly, thank me at once. Gratitude is your safeguard. Gratitude locks the door behind the gift so that fear cannot sneak in and carry it back out. Whisper your thanks the first moment you notice the peace. Write it if you can. Share it humbly with those who will protect it. Let thanksgiving be the first sound the blessing hears in your home. Then walk in quiet confidence. Do not pick at the gift. Do not perform for it. Tend it, protect it. Put it to work with simple faithfulness. Keep your pace unhurried and your gaze steady. Return to our 4 steps when you feel uncertain. Answer, open, welcome, steward. I am with you in every step, and I take pleasure in your yes. Lift your head, my child. You will recognize what is coming. You will not be tricked by counterfeits. You will not be ruled by panic. You will be led by peace. And by that same peace, you will keep what I send. This is your commissioning and your confirmation. Clarity, calm, and living proof that I heard you are crossing your threshold. Go now in the confidence of my presence. Let your home become the testimony. Keep your gratitude ready. Keep your hands open. Keep your heart soft. I am here and I am faithful, and I will not fail you.